Hello, scary dolls.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. I'm Mandy.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Caro.
And you are listening to Scary Not Scary podcast. Okay, so we're all in a row today.
Yeah.
Because we're going to try to record this episode. Like,
Video record.
So we're in a row. So if we sound off or if we laugh, it's because we're literally having to turn our heads to look at each other versus just looking up.
I know, I feel like really claustrophobic.
Gato's like sitting real still. We're trying not to breathe because we don't want to disturb her.
Sorry.
It's okay, y'all. Next time we need a bigger table.
True.
I'm just kidding.
Drew's probably rolling his eyes right now. He's like, I hate y'all. He had everything set up and we're like, we're going to try to record the episode today. He's like, okay.
2 hours later.
Okay.
2 hours later.
Yeah. So we're here.
Yay.
Oh, and we had a research party yesterday.
We did. It was fun.
I thought we were going to get drunk, but we got caffeined up.
Yeah, so Gato wanted Chinese food, and we were like, that's the best idea ever. So we picked up Chinese food from a hole in the wall named China Star.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Yeah. They almost forgot your sesame chicken, but I got you, boo.
Dang.
They did.
It was my plate they forgot?
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I'm just kidding.
It took me like 30 minutes to try to get through to them because their phone line was like busy. And
They legit looked like understaffed because there was only one girl going to like all the cars.
really? Oh, I can't even imagine.
And you called. So rude. Just kidding.
This girl.
Yo, but you
It
get a
was
lot
good.
for like $6.
For real.
Yeah.
They pack it.
And we got egg rolls and we got wontons.
And the soup.
And the soup.
What up?
Yes.
And the cookies fortune.
the cookies fortune.
And then fortune cookies?
No, it's from Dude, Where's My Car?
And then Tim made like 4 different types of drinks. Like Kool-Aid,
Cherry
lemonade,
Kool-Aid.
cherry Kool-Aid. And then there's sweet tea.
Yeah.
And then lemonade.
Got our drinks on.
Yep.
And then what was it? Like 9 o'clock. We were like, I want Starbucks.
Yeah. No, it was 10.
It was
like
10.
10.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't fall asleep till almost 3 in the morning.
Remember what we saw on our way back from Starbucks?
Oh my God.
No, guys.
Yes.
Nope. Yes.
It was nasty.
I didn't even check to see if I got it on camera because I was recording. I didn't even check it.
We saw somebody doing very inappropriate stuff while driving. And
To their partner.
yeah, and we were like, did we just witness that? We sure did.
Yes, we did.
Eye contact and everything.
Yeah, the girl looked up and smiled at me. I'm like, okay, girl, do your thing.
Yeah, it was disturbing. And then we were trying to ghost hunt, but it started raining, so it was almost like...
It was a mess. It started raining and I lost my shoe in the water.
She did. She lost her shoe.
Like Cinderella.
She kept walking too. She's like, guys, my shoe. And I turned around and it's like far back from her.
I don't know why I kept walking. I really don't.
It was funny.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I just turned around and see your foot like, my shoe.
I feel like Ashley was secretly like doing a seance in the car, hoping that it would rain so we didn't have to go ghost hunting. Because we were literally going to walk around my entire apartment complex and like try to ghost hunt.
No comment.
And then we're walking
Magically,
back.
it started raining. There was no cloud or nothing.
Oh no.
And then right when we started walking back to the apartment, it stopped.
It stopped
Interesting.
because when I left, it wasn't raining anymore. So I got in my car.
How weird.
How weird.
Oh.
How weird.
Well, Mother Nature.
True. Mother Nature
Nature.
is on Ashley's side, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, and I told her the Lechusa was going to chase her.
Yeah. She did. She said it was in that tree right there. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I was like, hey, so my neighbor told me that she saw the Lechusa in that tree right there. She's like, what? I was like, just kidding.
Rude. See what I have to deal with, people? There you go. Right
It's because on TikTok, there's this new filter and it picks up movement.
Not gonna lie, I tried it in my apartment.
Did you find any movement? No.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I tried outside my yard.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to try it at work again. I used it at work. I turned it on at work and then there was somebody sitting in my chair. Like, it was like a silhouette of somebody sitting down in my chair.
They want it to work.
They want it to work.
Well, come on, do payroll.
Hurry up.
She's like, get to it.
Get to it, do it. So today we are going to be talking about cryptid creatures. Ooh. Y'all sound very happy.
I'm very happy.
Mine was actually interesting.
Look at my face.
I was very excited about mine because I've never heard of it. And it's interesting and scary. And I feel like Ashley's going to be scared. So it makes me more excited.
The name is cute, though. I like the name. It sounds like it's a cute little creature. But when you look into it, it's not.
It's not.
No.
Mm-mm. It's scary. Yeah. It'll kill you.
Okay.
It'll steal your kids.
What?
For all you hood rats that have a lot of kids.
Let me get started. So today I'm going to be talking about Pukwudgies. Sounds like Pukwudgies.
Pukwudgies.
It sounds like they're called Pukwudgies. So Pukwudgies translates to person of the wilderness. Another common name used for them is Bakawanji. Bakahawani. There we go. That's what it is.
Bakahawani.
Bakahawani. Yes. So different regions have different views on Pukwudgies. Great Lake tribes have believed that they are mischievous but harmless. Northeast tribes believe that they will become violent if they are disrespected, but are fine if they are left alone.
So leave them alone
and don't mess with them. So they're the oldest of cryptic creatures in North America. Their story is the Pukwudgies that originated in Wampanoag. Sorry, these are like all Indian tribes, and I tried looking up on Google Translate, and I still couldn't pronounce it. So just bear with me. So they believe that the creatures dwelled in the woods and marshes of the eastern seaboard. Legend says that the reason Pukwudgies hate humans is because way back then, there was a tribe that adored what was called a Mushap. It's like a huge giant. And so they adored these huge giants. Well, the giants believed that the Pukwudgies were just nuisance and they were a waste of space. So they basically like chased all the Pukwudgies tribes away and like slaughtered some of them. So they blamed it on the humans. So now they don't like humans.
Damn.
Supposedly.
Talk about the ultimate betrayal.
So these creatures are considered cryptic, but in a way they are also considered folklore because there's like a lot of folklore stories about them too. There's like this whole poem and everything, but we're not going to talk about that part. We're going to talk about the cryptic part. So they can appear and disappear at will. They can confuse humans, create fire, launch poison arrows. They use magic. They lure people to their deaths. They have the ability to shapeshift into dangerous animals like cougars. They can also turn themselves into a combination of creatures and look half porcupine and half human if they choose. The only difference is that they're small.
What?
How small?
They're very small. They have also been described to have canine-like noses and have larger ears, lips, and fingers, almost like trolls. In a way, they kind of been compared. So some witnesses claim that they only reach about 2 to 3 feet. Others believe that they are knee height. And they've been compared to, like I said, goblins, leprechauns, trolls.
So they're like trolls on steroids.
They're trolls that are evil.
Satanic trolls.
Oh my God.
So they are commonly found in areas with other forms of paranormal activity. They have been sighted near Fall River, Massachusetts, which is close to the home of Lizzie Borden, the axe murderer. Yes.
What?
And then there's like a whole bunch of paranormal stuff around her house. So
dang.
They're like literally like around the paranormal areas. They have also been sighted in the haunted Moundsville State Penitentiary in Indiana and Round Rock, Texas, where Bigfoot allegedly lives. Yes.
No thanks.
The biggest sightings where you can see Pukwudgies is going to be in southeastern Massachusetts, also known as the Bridgewater Triangle.
Ooh.
Ew. So let's talk about the warnings. If you spot a Pukwudgie, you should leave it alone. Anyone who annoys one will be followed around by the creature and will either fall victim to its nasty tricks, like being stalked, having their memories forgotten, or they will meet a much deadlier ending. If you annoy a Pukwudgie, then they might kidnap your children, push you off a cliff, attack you with their short knives and spears, use sand to blind you, or persuade you to commit suicide.
What the hell,
Jesus.
Native Americans believe that Pukwudgies used to get along with humans, but when they betrayed them, they turned against them.
All I imagine is like a little tiny troll going, hee, sucker. That's what I imagine.
I know.
Like, shink, shink, shink.
I know. So there have been significant amount of Pukwudgie sightings in the woods of Massachusetts. The police have actually gotten so many reports that in Freetown State Forest, like in the Freetown over there in Massachusetts, they actually made a sign that said, "Beware Pukwudgies," like when you're driving down the road. So you know how they have like the deer signs?
Yeah.
They have that, but for Pukwudgies.
What the fuck?
That's cute.
Yeah.
I think that's cute.
So,
Like to this day they have them?
yes. Yeah, I could show you pictures.
Oh my God.
Let
I
me
wanna
pull
take a
up the
picture with the one.
pictures.
You know what, that kind of like, I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Look, he has a little bow and arrow.
That's a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
You know what it reminds me of? You remember that movie where the little soldier toys like came to life and started like abducting her? That's what it reminds me of. Like I just like
So I also read that Pukwudgies are a symbol in one of the houses on Hogwarts. Yeah.
What?
really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I can't remember.
Gryffindor.
Not Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
So I did watch the Bridgewater Triangle documentary, and it's very interesting. It's really cool. I highly recommend everybody to watch it. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I totally fell in trap of it, and I think it's amazing.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I have
Yes.
that. Cool beans.
So in a 2013 interview for the documentary series, Bridgewater Triangle, former Raynham, a small town Massachusetts resident, William Russo, had an up-close encounter with a Pukwudgie. In the late 1980s to about mid-1990s, he was working a 3 p.m. to midnight shift. At the time, he lived in Raynham. He said when he gets off of work every night, he goes home, he takes his dog Samantha out for a walk because it was just them two living together. So that was their nightly routine. He gets home at midnight, then he takes her out for the walk, goes home, changes, showers, goes to bed, starts the next day. Well, for whatever reason, this particular night, they took a different way. So normally they take the sidewalk that goes into the center of town, but this time he decided to take the back way that he never usually takes. He took like a completely different route. So he said that behind his house, there's these two towers that they call the high T's, and it's basically two electrical towers that the electric company owns. And there's like all this wooded area, overgrown pines. He said that a lot of the kids take that way to go home. It's like a shortcut from the school or whatever. So he decided to go that route for their nightly walk. So he said that he went about half a mile down the route, and when he came to an old water wheel he said that this water wheel ran about 100 years ago. There's like a road next to it, and then there's a street lamp, and in the street lamp, the light created like this circle in the middle of the street. Well, he said suddenly Samantha, his dog, started to pull at the leash. And he didn't know why his dog was pulling at the leash. And Ashley, you're giving me that scared face.
Because I just know something's going to happen.
So he said that Samantha was like quivering. She was crying. She was whining. He can tell that she was scared of something. So then a few moments later, he finally heard what was scaring the dog. And he said that he described it as a high pitch, almost a wail sound of something screaming, "I want you, Kia, Kia." "I want you, Kia." So he said that he was like, what the hell? Like he was like looking around, but he hears it, but he said it was like this loud wail sound, like screaming almost. So he said that the hairs in the back of his neck stood up. Samantha was like in terror. She's like trying to run away pretty much. And then he said suddenly something walked into the light. It was standing straight up. It was about 3 to 4 feet tall. It had a pot belly. And he walked a little bit closer to see exactly what it looked like, because he said that it looked like it was small enough to be a child, and he thought maybe that's what it was. Until he saw that it didn't have clothes. It was full of fur. He said that the eyes were big, but it wasn't like unproportioned. They weren't like unproportionately big. They were big, but like not big, like overly, not huge. Yeah. He said that the face looked almost like a chipmunk or like a chimpanzee, almost like a mixture of both. He said that he just stood there in shock. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. And it kept telling him, I want you, Kia. And it kept insisting, Kia.
It's like, I want you, come here. Like, oh my God.
So obviously he said that he didn't go near it because he's scared, but it wouldn't go any closer to him. It wanted him to go in his space. Yeah. So he said that he was like, hell no. He turned around. Him and his dog like practically ran all the way home. He said that he stayed up all night thinking about what he had just encountered. He couldn't believe what he encountered. So he said that he kept repeating in his head, I want you, Kia, like over and over again in his head. So he said that he thinks that I want you was we want you, Kia, come here.
See?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he rarely told anybody. He didn't really tell anybody. He told like a few friends. They thought he was crazy, or maybe thought he was hallucinating, or they said that he was tired, because he got off of work at midnight. It was past midnight and dark woods, or it was probably just a prank or whatever. He said that when he lived over there in Rainham, that he didn't know about like all the paranormal stuff. He didn't know about the Bridgewater Triangle. He wasn't familiar with all like the paranormal phenomenon that happened out there until this happened to him. So 20 years later, he decided to write a blog about it. And he got a lot of people writing him back, and a lot of paranormal enthusiasts telling him, I think you encountered a Pukwudgie. And sure enough, at the Bridgewater Triangle, there's a bunch of sightings of Pukwudgies there.
I wonder why, like, they won't go closer.
Well, one woman claimed that she came across a Pukwudgie while walking her dog through the woods. Why would you walk through the woods? I don't know. I would do the same thing, so I can't even ask that question. So she said even though she came across a Pukwudgie, but she left it alone because she knew like you have to leave them alone. So even though she left it alone, the Pukwudgie would appear at her bedside window at night and just stare at her. And it stalked her for a while.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So it stalked her until she moved away.
Can you imagine like waking up in the middle of the night and just seeing like a little at the window?
Another man claimed that he saw a Pukwudgie with fur, glowing red eyes, and a nose like a wolf. When it ran away from him, it released like a disturbing moan, almost like it was scared. There is another sighting too, and I actually found this interview on Facebook, and it's actually another podcast. Let me see. I have it right here.
That's like, I can't. See what happens when you go and walk your dogs or go anywhere by yourself in the woods after midnight. Like, really, people? Haven't we taught y'all nothing?
Haven't we taught y'all nothing?
I don't think they care. They're probably like, hey, I'm going to walk my dog if I want,
Nope. That's why I'm kind of glad that Benny's fat and he doesn't like to go on walks for very long.
No.
Yep.
Benny. I love
Benny.
He's a little cutie.
Hello, Tub.
Tubby tub.
So the podcast is called Tripping on Legends, and they actually have a Facebook account with this interview on there. So they said at the Mound State Park in Indiana, Natalie Christ and Christopher Belanzo interviewed park ranger and security officer Jim Campbell about his Pukwudgie encounter near the woods at the park's swimming pool. So Jim said that he was patrolling the area, making sure, because it was after hours, so he wanted to make sure nobody was loitering around. And he said that he saw something run across the field. And he said it was really small, like it was too small to be like human. So like he said that if there was a child that small, there's no way they would have been running that fast. So he said that whatever it was that he saw, it was wearing like a fisherman's hat. The clothes were all raggedy. He noticed that it had spikes on the back of his like back or whatever. And it was making like a weird like wailing noise, like if it was scared. So he said it took off running. Yeah. So his friend, or what he told his friend or whatever, what happened, he goes, "Oh, you encountered a Pukwudgie? Yeah, they're all around here."
Oh, nonchalant.
Very nonchalant. And this is the same town that has like that sign in the road. Beware of Pukwudgies.
Makes sense.
So he believes, and his friend have like this theory, because a lot of people's encounters with Pukwudgies are different, and like they're described differently, like their appearance. Obviously, they could shapeshift or whatever, but they believe that for some reason in Massachusetts, different tribes meet up. And it's kind of like humans, like we all don't look the same. We're all different. Everybody has different appearances. So they believe that there's different tribes of Pukwudgies that meet up. So that's why some are naked, some don't have clothes, some have clothes, whatever.
What the hell?
I would be a naked Pukwudgie.
So
What the? That's so weird.
if you wanna encounter a Pukwudgie for whatever reason, just go to Massachusetts at the Bridgewater Triangle, one of the little towns there. You'll eventually meet one.
That's so weird. Like,
Want to take a road trip?
no.
It's very creepy, and I've never heard of it before. So that's, I was like, let me talk about it.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Like, I'm scared just a little bit.
Kia.
Yeah, like I can't imagine. Like I just.
Kia.
I'm gonna say that too.
World car Kia.
Iwachu, Kia.
Dude, that's so crazy.
That's funny.
Man. Like, has there been any sightings like recently, or the most?
There's
recent
like
one was
a
that
whole
one?
like Reddit post about them. There's a blog about it. Yeah, like people are like, yeah.
Dang.
There's recent sightings.
My God. Okay, well, moral of the story: don't annoy it, and you'll be fine.
Well, even if you ignore it and walk away, apparently they still stalk you.
But they won't do anything to you. So just close your blinds.
They'll just stalk you until you move out.
Close your blinds. Hello.
See, that's why. That's why I have blinds. That's why I have locks on my doors. That's why I have holy water. That's why I have everything that you can think of.
There's another creature too that I encountered that are the same, but except they live at the bottom of pools.
What?
Yeah.
At the bottom of pools?
Yeah, they live at the bottom of pools. And if you go swimming late at night, they follow you home. And I can't remember the rest.
Like a community pool?
Like any pool.
I'm not going over to my parents' house anymore. Nope.
I want to get in a pool.
Dude, that's weird. I don't. Are there any pictures?
Yes,
Of what they look like?
There are pictures. Let me pull up the pictures.
I just
ready.
because you were saying like that they have like the nose of like a wolf.
Okay, so it's probably ugly, but the way I picture it is like what was that pink thing from Pokemon? What was the name of it? The little pink one?
Puff.
Was it Hufflepuff?
I was gonna say Hufflepuff too.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's what I picture one to look like. Jiggly caliente.
I think of like the trolls, like from the movie Troll. Just they're all rugged and evil looking, and not nice, and they don't sing.
They don't sing. And there's like different YouTube videos on them. People talking about their own encounters. There's a lot.
What the hell?
There's somebody that's actually like writing a research book about it. Yeah.
You think anybody's ever like captured one and studied it?
Probably the government.
Probably.
But if they do, who would get all the bad luck or whatever?
So this one was actually caught running across the street.
Oh, it looks like a porcupine.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
They're like a form of porcupine, and supposedly they shapeshift into different creatures.
Looks like a porcupine.
Ew. It looks like half porcupine, half rat. It looks like a rat.
Like an armadillo. Like a possum.
Possum. There you go.
Oh, I hate possums.
It looks like a porcupine and a possum.
Possums are so gross. They just look dirty.
They look dirty. They're probably the nicest pets. No, they hiss at you, right?
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah. They hiss.
Never mind.
I don't like that.
Sure you do.
Nope.
Some of them could be cute. Kia.
See, that's so weird because it's so ugly, but it has a cute name, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's a cute name.
Pukwudgie. What did you say yesterday? Sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
A Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie.
But yeah, that's Pukwudgies.
Wow. Interesting. I don't ever want to see one in my life. Okay. So I'm talking about the Krackin.
Release the Krackin.
Release the Krackin.
The Krackin. Okay. Anyways. So the Krackin is a great beast of the sea. Supposedly from like nowadays, you've seen them in like Pirates of the Caribbean, Clash of the Titans. You know, it's this giant, big old octopus looking thing. So it is described as a giant squid or octopus that attacks ships and can sink them if they really wanted to. Mostly that's how it's described nowadays, but back then that wasn't the case. So we know the Krackin is huge. It has like it's like what, like 1.5 miles huge. It's like the size of an island. It's like can take down ships. It can like crush them with its tentacles. It's got like thousands of tentacles. Well, the actual first term, the Krackin, was used in a book called the Systema Naturae in 1735, and it was written by Carluso Linnaeus. I don't know how to say that. Linnaeus. But they actually even date back further than that. But so back then, it even goes all the way back to like Greek mythology, Greek legends, like way, way back then. But it doesn't really say like the Krackin or like it's a big giant sea monster. They kind of like describe it as like a squid, kind of. And they say that it's got like horns. They say that it's like as big as like, think of like a tree, you know, like when you uproot like a tree, how you flip it over and it's like all the roots and stuff are at the top. That's what they said back then that it looked like. Ooh. So it wasn't like a giant octopus like how it is today, or like
giant sea tree.
Yeah, sea tree, basically.
A sea tree.
But they did say that it had huge eyes, and apparently back then they were black, like just all black. But the Krackin is actually what they think of, like scientists, they think that it's actually just what is called the giant squid or the colossal squid that we know of like today. So the giant squid, it was first documented in 1853, and it was found on a Norwegian beach. And this squid measured 18 meters long, including the long tentacles. And it did have a lot of tentacles. There's a picture right here. Let me show you guys what it kind of looked like. Right there.
Oh.
So
that's pretty long.
Yeah. But the thing is, the colossal squid came 50 years before the giant squid. And the colossal squid was discovered in 1925, and it was discovered in a sperm whale's stomach. So the sperm whale is the enemy to the giant squid and the colossal squid. So it can eat them pretty much.
Fresh calamari.
But that was when it was officially like documented and seen. But it was actually unofficially sighted all the way back in 1802, which was 50 years before this giant squid. And there's only been 24 sightings since 1925 of this colossal squid. But in 2012, they did find another giant squid, and I found it on YouTube, and they like these, I think it was like Chinese scientists, they went into the ocean like so far deep down, and they actually recorded the squid in its natural habitat. And what's really like crazy is that it's got this kind of like chemical inside its bones where it lets it float underwater. And it looks so creepy. Like, I'll post the YouTube, that way you guys can see it, because it's literally just like hovering in the water.
That's so,
yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, like it looks like really, really, really crazy. I'm like, oh my Jesus. Okay, so the Krackin. That's what the Krackin is based off of, is this giant squid. So the Krackin, apparently there's been a lot of, back then, this guy that wrote a book, the one that I talked about, the Systemia Naturae. So that guy wrote the book, and he has a collection of stories from like fishermen and like pastors and like stuff back then. So a lot of them described it as, what they would do was, the fishermen would go out into the ocean, and there was apparently, if it was 80 feet deep, like they would measure from their ship to like the bottom, I guess, of the ocean. And if it was like 80 feet, then that was a perfect good, they're going to catch some fish. But if it came up that the measurement was like 30 feet deep and it didn't go any further than that, then that means the Krackin was below them, like right underneath them. And what they said, that the Krackin would only come out during like the summer days, like when the weather was nice and the sea was like at peace. It wouldn't come out when it was like heavy rain, storming, and like waves everywhere. But the fishermen would see it the most, because for some reason, whatever the Krackin would like excrete, like its bile or whatever, for some reason the fish liked that. So they would hover like all around it. So if you were brave enough of a fisherman to go in there, you would go near the Krackin and you would fish, because all the fish were like there. So you would get like tremendous amounts of like fish. Dang. But what I thought was funny,
with Krackin juice.
Yeah. But what I thought was funny was, there was like two different stories where these ships landed like on an island, but they said it was like not a regular island. Like it was kind of just like a flat land. There was no trees or anything. It was just flat. And which I thought was weird, because I'm like, well, usually islands have sand or something on them, but they didn't. It was just like a flat, whatever color the island was. But they said that they would like dock there for like the night, and they would like spend the night. But in the morning, when they would like try to make a fire to like eat, the island would start moving or like sink underwater. So some people, in one story, only one survived. And he said that that's what happened. Like they were making a fire, and like all of a sudden the island just sunk like underwater. So that's where the myth of like it's as big as an island came from.
What if they were on the Krackin?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. And so when it would sink underneath, it would like create whirlpools because of the pull and like the gravity and everything. So that's why people would die, because it would sink underneath like the water. So there's only two stories. Yeah, there's only two stories of that. But so the Krackin, or giant squid, is actually, the scientific name for it is Artesius dux. Right? And they've been studying this giant squid for about 150 years. And it inhabits the entire ocean. Like they found it in numerous different parts of the world. But they cannot find out whether it represents like a single species. So if this is the only like giant squid, or if it's 20 or more different species. Because you have the giant squid, and then you also have the colossal squid. Right? And so they did find a colossal squid that kind of did fit all of the descriptions of the Krackin, which was that one that they filmed in 2012. So I was looking at the video, and it does look like a squid, like it's a squid, obviously, but they put out like bait to it, like a kind of like a, I don't know if it was half a fish or if it was like half a shark, but the way that the squid like wrapped its tentacles around it is the way they describe like this, like the Krackin going over like the ships, because it would just kind of like go like that, like with its tentacles. But they did find that the giant squid did have some other characteristics of a Krackin. So they didn't know if like the giant squid or colossal squid was like either a hunter or if it was like prey. It is prey to the sperm whale, because they did find that colossal one in the sperm whale's stomach. But The giant squids and the colossal squids are as fast and they're powerful swimmers, just like the Krackin is. And they do attack, like if they feel threatened in some way. And so mostly they attack as big as I think it was the colossal squid. They did find that it attacked a sperm whale, but it's not like strong enough to fight it. Like if it does attack a sperm whale and win, it got really lucky. But the ones that can take down the sperm whales are the colossal squids, like the big ones. So they did find that it does have characteristics like it. But what happens is they do it like the whale and the squid will like duel. So they will fight. And then the squid, if it gets injured or if it feels threatened, it'll kind of like back away. And the whale thinks he's like in the clear. And then the squid will come back and like attack it. So like in Pirates of the Caribbean, when they injured the squid or the Krackin, and then he went back in the water, and then like 10 minutes later he just came back.
He came back, yeah.
The squid did that exact same thing to the whale. Yeah. So there's been like many different myths and like legends and sightings from back then. But what they're saying is that the Krackin was these giant colossal squids. But the thing is that there's not enough information on them to know whether the Krackin is for real, because the colossal squid did attack some ships back then. But what they're saying is that they think that maybe they got it confused with like a whale, because the first story or first encounter of the Krackin was like in the 1800s, and it did attack a boat, but the boat was like only like 60 feet long. So it wasn't that huge of a ship, but it did attack it. Like it kind of like, went like that, like on it. So that's what they're saying. They think the Krackin came from was these giant squids, colossal squids, and like all these sightings like of it. And the first one was in 1802 when someone, like a fisherman, said that it attacked the ship, but it wasn't like, it didn't fully attack it. It didn't like sink it. It just kind of like tried to attack it. Mm-hmm. Another sighting was someone had caught it in like their fishing net, and they didn't know like what it was. So they like let it loose, but they did catch it like in, when they throw the fishing nets. Another one was, and I didn't understand this or why no one would like take a picture of it, a drawing or something, or well, they couldn't take a picture, a drawing, was apparently back then they had like horns, but they're thinking the horns, because they said they were round, was their like tentacles. So it had gotten caught like between a tree and a rock. Like it was really close to like the shoreline. And they said that it had gotten caught and it literally like just stayed there and died because it couldn't get out. So it got stuck like between this rock and this tree, but it was hanging there and nobody like did anything with it. They just left it there. It was like a story.
Preserve it or anything?
No.
Nothing?
Like, no. They just let it like
humans. I would have cooked it.
And so, well, in the guy that wrote that book, he was like, he put the story in there, but he put a little like note on the bottom, was like, I don't know if this story is true or not, because it was just like passed down. So he was like, there's no evidence, there's no drawing, there's no reports, like there's no nothing. And so he said he just got it from one of the pastors that lived like on the island. And so he just put it in there, but he was like, I don't know how real,
true it is.
How true it is. I was like, why wouldn't you do that? Like if you see a Krackin, or what you think is a Krackin.
Yeah, because I feel like with any cryptid creature, people try to get some kind of evidence.
Yeah.
Some kind of souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something. But I tried to look up if there's been any like recent sightings of these Krakkens. But the most recent one was that 2012 when they went deep down into the ocean and they found that huge colossal squid. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's still, because they're not very heavily researched, because there's only been 24 sightings of it. And so they can't really get that much info from it.
And like the ocean is so big.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere.
They do say that like the colossal squids stay like really deep. Yeah, like really, really, really deep down in the ocean. So that's probably why there's only been a few sightings. The giant squid is different from the colossal squid because the giant squid actually does come to the surface every now and then. So they've seen them more often than the colossal squid.
But not the Krackin.
But not the Krackin. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it exists. Like,
yeah.
There's only been, what, 10% of the ocean that's been... What is it?
Like researched?
Yeah. All the other 90 is what can be in there.
Anything. Exactly. And even further down, like...
There's probably still dinosaurs in there.
Probably. Yeah, there probably is.
So who knows? Like, they could have actually seen a giant Krackin, octopus, squid, or it could have been this colossal squid that they saw down there.
Let's go research the ocean.
I'm fine.
No? Okay. Fine. You're lost. Yeah.
With what? A canoe?
A canoe? A little tiny canoe.
I don't have a boat. I'm not rich. You know what? Noreen has a boat in her backyard.
Noreen, we're going to go research the ocean in your boat.
Yeah.
I do, though. Like, honestly, I like the Krackin. There is another
Release the Krackin.
There is another sort of kind of version that I was going to talk about, but it's technically not cryptic. It's like more folklore, like how yours was.
Yeah.
It was Cthulhu, which is sort of kind of in like similarity to the Krackin, but
yeah, that's how I felt with mine. I was like, well, it's part folklore, part cryptic, so I'll just talk about the cryptid part.
Yeah. But either way.
That's interesting.
If you see the Krackin, let us know.
I'm scared of the ocean.
Don't go just make fires on any random
island.
Make sure
there's no trees.
Charged.
You think it was hard though? Like, wouldn't it feel squishy? Like, all I can picture is, you remember that cartoon Flapjack?
Yes.
And that's all I could picture. Like, how they're always on top of that well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did say it has like horns, so maybe it's like tough feeling. Because to me, squids
I would still think
squishy.
it would be wet.
It's all, they're trying to burn me. They're like, just some
Yeah, I would too.
Oh, poor Krackin.
Little baby. Okay, my turn. I did mine research on the Jersey Devil. Ooh. So I had never heard of the Jersey Devil, honestly, like at all. And I watch a lot of Jersey shows, like Jerseylicious, Jersey Shore, but never like Jersey Devil. So in 1735, deep in New Jersey in Pine Barrens, there was a lady they would call her Mother Leeds. So she discovered she was pregnant for the 13th time.
Oh my God.
Girl, get a TV.
Get a TV
cable. So she was so upset that she was pregnant for the 13th time that she yelled out, "Let this one be the devil." Or something like that.
Oh my God.
So it says, so she allegedly cursed herself. While there were many versions of the Devil Jersey's story, the most popular one is that when the Leeds 13th child was born, so it was born in normal, and then all of a sudden it started to grow wings, horns, hoofs, and a tail. Then the monster flew up the chimney and out into the night. Which is like, it's just so random. Like,
it's like those are the milestones. You're gonna get horns when you turn 1. You're gonna get wings when you turn 5.
Yeah, but he got them all in 20 minutes of being born. So, one of the first reported Jersey Devil sightings was in 1812 when Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's older brother, claimed he saw the Jersey Devil while hunting. Sightings occurred and the legend grew, fueled by animal attacks, strange footprints, and reports filled by eyewitnesses who supposedly encountered the beast. So the Jersey Devil's fame solidified itself in January 1909 when nearly 1,000 reports came in from eyewitnesses throughout South Jersey while testing cannonballs at Hanover Mills Works. Navy Commander Stephen, I can't say this last name, Decatur, reportedly saw the creature and shot it. So they shot the creature, but the creature continued like nothing happened, and the bloodhounds refused to follow his tracks. So the bloodhounds were like,
No, hell no.
hell no.
They were me.
They knew better.
Yeah. There was one sighting in 1927. It says the Jersey Devil fad died out for a while until 1927 when a taxi driver in Salem City allegedly encountered the Jersey Devil while changing a tire. The man told the police that a winged creature was pounding on the roof of his cab. So I guess the Devil Jersey really needed a ride that night. That's what it says. And it's basically a lot of sightings. There was also rewards offered for the devil. So in 1960, several residents heard horrifying screams in the middle of the night. There was no explanation for the noises, and people began to panic. So police hung flyers assuring residents that the Jersey Devil was fake. A hoax. Is that how you say hoax? Mm-hmm. But a circus owner countered the appeal by offering $100,000 reward for anyone who could capture the creature and take it to him. But nobody ever captured the creature. The other one is Devil in the Roadway. Mary Ritzel told Weird NJ that she got the heebie-jeebies one night in 1972 when she spotted the Jersey Devil on Gunter Road. So the lady was driving from Blackwood to Glassboro when she said she saw a towering figure cross the road about 25 feet behind her car. She described the figure standing taller than an average man with a thick, that haunches like a goat and a huge woolly head. That's weird, right? Mysterious deaths. Forest rangers are experts on the wildlife that inhabits the woods they patrol. But in 1980, Chief Ranger Alan McFarley saw something that both grossed him out and stumped his wild animal knowledge. A brutal scene on a South Jersey farm where a pack of pigs had been killed. He reported that the backs of their heads were eaten and their bodies were scratched and torn. However, there were no tracks surrounding the bodies and no blood on the ground.
What?
Yeah. That kind of sounds like a chupacabra.
Yeah, I was just thinking chupacabra.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it. There was really recent ones. Let me look really quick. There was one in 2015. I think I wrote that one down. One of the most recent sightings occurred October 2015. David Black said he was driving along Route 9 near golf course when he said he saw what looked like a llama walking in and out of the tree line on the side of the road. Suddenly, the creature spread its wings and flew away. So he actually took a picture of the image. I'll pull it up in a little bit.
What?
With a cell phone, and it went viral.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, this was in 2015. Even though your pictures look like potatoes, you still have a picture, you know?
That's true.
2015.
Yeah.
They were still a little fuzzy. But then a few days after that happened, there was a girl named Emily Martin. She saw a video of what appears to be the same creature after she spotted it near Leeds Point. And both of them swear that those videos weren't edited. And I showed you guys a video yesterday, but that video looks kind of, I don't know.
The one you showed me where it looked like it was a little pony
It
flying.
looked like it was a My Little Pony. It didn't look like anything scary.
It didn't.
It didn't. But yeah, that was really fast. That's really what I got on the Jersey Devil. I mean, there's been a lot of sightings, but...
So it doesn't eat people?
No.
It just eats like cows and stuff?
It just says that it just haunts
exists.
people. It just haunts people. Like, you see it, you see it.
What?
Yeah. It's just a Jersey Devil. And don't they even have like they have some sort of team, right? Called the Jersey Devils?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a hockey team? So it's supposedly like a big thing in Jersey. Like, you know how we have a state flower? People have a state something.
They have a state
monster.
They have the Jersey Devil.
They have the Jersey Devil.
Oh my God. Let me see that picture. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, the one that they found?
Yeah, the one that
in here.
I think it's funny because like
Oh, you want to see
you
a
said
picture
it
of
looked like a llama.
Look.
Oh. Why is head like that?
Well, it had like a sheep head, remember? Let me see if I can find the picture. But the little video was in there of that girl.
Yeah, that... It kind of looked like a little, like, stuffed animal with wings.
I think it was
That's what it looked like to me. That's the picture he took?
I think so.
You see?
I'm more convinced with that.
Right? The other one looked like a My Little Pony.
It did. It didn't look right.
They look like a My Little Pony, but then again, it looks like a flying goat.
Yeah, it looks like a flying goat.
You know, there's
Yeah, because it has like the goatee.
There was also
You see it?
There's another version of the story that I read that Mother Leeds was a witch. And the baby was from the devil himself.
Like she conceived from him?
Yes. And that's how the Jersey Devil was born.
So it's not... It's part human?
No, it's
not at all?
No, it's a goat. Oh. Remember, it was born a human and it just
and
magically turned into something different. I wonder who comes up with this shit. I mean, like, now he's a goat. Imagine
that's weird.
Imagine if he was born like that. That would have hurt.
Oh.
I mean,
I feel like you have something to show.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, no, because it's similar to this other creature that I came across too. It's called the Dover Demon. It's in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is very haunted.
Different.
Don't go to Massachusetts, guys.
I want to go.
Yeah, but the police took, I think it was 3 different reports from 3 different teenagers, but they were thinking that maybe it was like a school prank or whatever. But it sounds similar, but this is a picture of it.
I can't see.
It was like a frog alien.
Yeah, it looks
lizard.
like a frog alien.
Oh my God.
Looks like a frog alien lizard.
So they said 17-year-old William Bill Bartlett claimed that while driving on April 21st, 1977, he saw a large-eyed creature with tendril-like fingers and glowing eyes on the top of a broken stone wall on Farm Street in Dover, Massachusetts. Then 15-year-old John Baxter reported seeing a similar creature on Miller Hill Road that same evening. Another 15-year-old Abby Bramham claimed to have seen the creature the following night in Springdale Avenue. So, like, obviously these kids maybe would have gone to school together. I don't know. But the teenagers all drew, like, a sketch separately, and they drew, like, the same creature. Pretty much. Yeah, but the police were saying that it could have been, like, a moose or, like, a calf that they mistaked it for. But then they also said that it was probably like a vacation hoax or whatever. But, I mean, but there's paranormal researchers that go out there, and there's like this whole like blog about it and everything.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But those are the only like encounters that I found. That's why it was a bust for me.
I didn't really.
Well, then.
I feel like they were all been told, like the Loch Ness Monster.
Bigfoot.
The Mothman.
We like to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chupacabra. I mean, which I could have talked about on and on because, like, you know, when you go to Mexico, that's all they talk about.
You know who I was thinking of when you were talking about the Jersey Devil? Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
That's my man.
Because for some reason I had it that I didn't hear the part where he turned into a goat, so I just assumed he was like an evil human type thing, and I thought of Jeepers Creepers.
I wonder if that's where they found inspiration for the movie was the Jersey Devil.
Could be.
That's how I picture
because he does have wings, and they're like.
That's how I picture their Jersey Devil. I'm so glad Jeepers Creepers isn't real. Maybe.
I was terrified of that movie when I was a kid.
He's almost born again.
Have y'all seen part 3? It sucked.
No, I didn't.
It's horrible. Don't
I've
watch
only
it.
seen the first one and half of the second one.
The second one wasn't that scary.
Yeah.
I had a lot of unanswered questions.
After the second movie?
In the second movie, yeah. Because there's a whole group of teenagers that took off running. They never showed what happened to them.
Is that that's the
school
second
bus.
one, right?
Yeah, the school bus.
Yeah, that's the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of movies that just...
I wonder if, like, what if they...
all died.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They were just
fell
like,
off a cliff.
they
they died.
What if a Pukwudgie got him?
Ooh.
Kia. I want to say that now.
A Jersey Devil.
Kia.
See, I like y'all because y'all's like stories, you had encounters that were recent and like of this century. Mine wasn't. All of them were back in like 1800 times, and I'm like, I can't.
You know what though? I did forgot to mention something. So over there in Freetown, in their River State Forest, they have reports of like mysterious suicides or like unexplained suicides
like
in the forest.
When people talk
What?
about that.
Yeah, so that's why they say that there's Pukwudgies there, because they can convince you to commit suicide or they push you off a cliff to make it look like you did.
I'm too fat. You can't push me.
I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
You're like, let's add that in.
Let's add that in.
Pukwudgies.
That's crazy. Those things, I think out of all of it, those things scare me the most because they're so tiny.
Because they're little.
What if someone like goes like, oh, look how cute, and then die.
Kia.
What do you think their voice actually sounds like that? Or like,
Die. If I do it, I'm probably gonna laugh because I was really practicing at home and I scared Sabrina. She was looking at me. She's like, and I was like, okay, mommy, you'll stop. Like,
or Sabrina.
I kind of want to hear it now.
I can't do it now because I'm gonna be laughing. It won't be the same. I'm
gonna put her on the
like
spot.
all screech, like screechy sound. I don't know.
That's what they sound like.
He said it was like a high pitched screeching. So it was like a high pitched scream. Yeah.
It's not a cat. It's not a cat.
I don't know. It's stupid.
That's what I imagined though. Like even the picture you showed that looks like a little porcupine. I just imagine it like running around like
Or it's all
that would be terrifying.
You can't keep saying Kia because that little commercial would come out. Remember when they were trying to sell the Kia Souls?
Oh yeah.
Kia, World Car Kia. Oh my God.
I think it's crazy though that they have signs saying like we were a Pukwudgie.
Yeah.
It's
that
like
makes
all normal.
That makes it like 100% more real.
I would love to take a trip to Massachusetts because there's everything there.
Yeah.
There's aliens, there's Bigfoot.
What if
Ghosts?
Massachusetts is like
Massachusetts.
the world's gravitational pull?
That's what that documentary is about.
Because there's a lot of stuff that happens there.
Because literally there's 3 different towns. I think it's 3 different towns. And like the way they did the grid, it's a triangle. So that's why they say it's the Bridgewater Triangle.
It's like the
Y'all need to watch the
center of
documentary. It's
everything.
really good. Shout out to Chrissy. She told me to watch it.
I have Prime. I'll watch it.
I'll watch it too.
Yeah, it's really good. And then, like Bigfoot's like everywhere.
Oh yeah.
True.
He's like a interdimensional being. He travels through different dimensions. That's what I believe.
What's the other one called? That's like Bigfoot but
The
in the
Yeti.
winter.
Yeti.
The winter,
winter.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, but in winter.
The snow Bigfoot.
Yeah. The abominable.
The Yeti.
Abominable snowman.
abominable-
You know what show you need to
Bigfoot.
watch? Paranormal Caught on Tape. Or Caught on Camera. They catch like all these creatures. Somebody caught the rake twice.
What?
The rake.
The rake.
No.
Yes.
Good one.
You want me to pull up the video and show you?
No.
Do y'all want me to show Ashley? I'll show Ashley. Y'all can hear her be scared.
The rake. The rake.
I have a
No, you don't. You're stuck with us till 8 p.m.
no.
dang,
I was
that's still a
gonna
long
say
time from
I
now.
have an idea of what it is because I feel like we've talked about
No,
it
I'm going to show you.
or mentioned it, but I really don't know what it is.
He's Slenderman's cousin, supposedly.
Oh,
We talked about it in one episode. What episode?
I think we mentioned. Did we?
The rake.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it gonna make me not sleep at night?
Probably.
Oh,
You got Nick to cuddle with.
he doesn't even sleep in the bed. He plays video games till 2:00 in the morning.
Men.
Men.
Let me see. Hold on. I need to make sure I get the correct clip. Let's see. Paranormal caught on camera.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
Oh, what the fuck?
It hasn't even started.
You see?
You know what that reminded me of? That movie Quarantined.
Which makes it even more jarring and upsetting. Where do you go? What do you do?
What the hell?
Can you imagine like walking
running
into
towards
an
him.
abandoned building? You open the door and it's things just like chasing after you on all fours.
Fuck no, dude. Like,
The rake.
the rake. Wait, so what does it do to you? It kills you?
Maybe, yeah.
Why don't you want to find out?
No.
You want to go look for it? There's an
No.
abandoned building over here. We could go
I'm
check.
fine.
Black Eyed Kids?
No.
Black Eyed Children.
Y'all go tell me how it is.
Chupacabra?
No.
La Chusa?
No.
La La Chusas.
La Llorona?
Hell no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where was
So-
that? In Massachusetts?
Probably. That's where everything happens. It's all in San Antonio. No, just kidding.
That's funny.
So like here in San Antonio, I don't know if you know, but on Pearsall, Medina Base Road going to Pearsall by my parents' house. Like growing up, I grew up on this side of town, and there's like the woods before they started building like the houses. It used to be like the wooded area where there's like this cave that was behind some apartments that we used to live in, and there is I think 3 or 4 different sightings of somebody saying that they saw Bigfoot, like in that cave, like walking in that cave. And then supposedly one guy said he tried shooting him, but when he made the police report, he was drunk, so nobody believed him.
Oh.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, with them cutting down the woods and like making the new subdivisions, if they're gonna catch something. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Can you imagine seeing Bigfoot in your backyard?
Do you remember that
know what I
scene
would
in
do.
Jurassic Park when the little kid sees the dinosaur outside his
He's
window?
like-
And he just like calmly walks to his mom and dad and it's like, there's a dinosaur. That would be me. I would see Bigfoot and be like, okay, walk the other way.
Do your thing.
There's Bigfoot in there. I'm going to stay here.
I just probably
Just let him
ask him
be
if he
alone.
wants a beer.
You want a beer?
Hey, can I take a picture with you so I can be Insta famous?
Selfie with Bigfoot.
Would you do an interview on our podcast?
Can you imagine?
He's all pleasure be here, guys.
He's all like in a suit, like ready to go.
All proper.
Oh my god, that would be the best.
Oh my God.
That would be so funny.
That would be so funny. Yes, guys. So if y'all have any encounters with cryptid creatures or any suggestions, like we always say, send us an email.
Please.
Send us an email.
Or message us on Facebook or Instagram. I mean,
We'll answer.
we'll answer you.
Yeah.
We sound desperate.
I know.
scarynotScarypodcast@gmail.com in case, you can't remember. You can also look at our website, scarynotScarypodcast.com. We have some cool updates coming soon.
Cool.
We'll see if anybody can catch it. And if you can catch it, and if you're the first one to email us or message us on Facebook or Instagram, you'll get free stickers.
Ooh, y'all know y'all want free stickers.
Yeah, I know y'all want free stickers.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're real cute.
How real cute.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on our personal Snapchats. We also have TikTok. Subscribe to YouTube. We actually have a new video up, right?
Yes. We're back, witches.
Yeah, we're back, witches. It's basically just showing us our first day back in the studio. We're pretty crazy that day.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was
We had
great.
coffee.
And then TikTok. I was going to make a new TikTok yesterday, but we didn't.
We can do it now.
We could do now. Yeah, we'll post more TikTok videos for you guys. It'll be fun.
And our episodes on Podbean are finally back.
Yes.
Yay.
It took us, I don't know how long, and I don't know how I found it. It was by accident. I clicked this little tiny square button that was in the corner of each episode, and I was able to re-upload the audio, and now it works. So episodes 1 through 12 is now working on iTunes and Podbean.
Yay.
That's right. Don't forget to download the Podbean app and make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on there, because whenever we decide to go do another live episode, you'll get notifications.
Yes.
So make sure you do that.
So fun.
Be sure to rate and review us on iTunes podcast app so we can get in the charts and be suggested to new listeners. Check out our Patreon that hasn't been updated yet, but I promise I'll get to it. And I think that's it, guys. Until next time, remember to always stay scary.
Let us know if you see Bigfoot.